Bills since way back in 1973. There's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Look at this Buffalo defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge him? This is going to be fun.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And it's Tagovailoa Adebawore, the one who got in there for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Complete to his target, Jalen Hyatt. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
16 yards. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Given the gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. Ball ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. Through the middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Bills are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete. When you look at this Buffalo defense, they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Back to throw again. Hyatt there to grab it. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. And a Dolphin first down.
Cut my team! Cut my team! Here we go!
They'll look to throw again. Complete to right. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
14, Bills 7. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he returns this to the 22.
Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Allen. On the move past the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Allen going to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, The kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Down 80. What's that?
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in across the track for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
19, 17, track and 6. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer now. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from...
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 85 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Bass on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Bills 21, Dolphins 14.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. He has Hyatt over the middle. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now he'll tuck this and run. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. In motion right, that's Hyatt. 2nd and 1.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Open man right side is Sharp. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Wright's got him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And Sharp calls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Evades the tackler, now some space. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Alert! What's that?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
To throw, it's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 13 yards out. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
First down, Miami.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his sixth catch and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Right. It's going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This likely a must-have, third and goal. They'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. Fourth and goal.
Completed pass brings up a fourth down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, fourth quarter, you're going. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. They get this out quickly to the left side. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They don't. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
24. Chase McLaughlin.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. For left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now Allen. And man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Bills 42, Dolphins 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. look to throw again. Hyatt there to grab it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw again. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Dolphins 31.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bills, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now.